Hey everyone, today I'm finally covering the Miyoo Mini Plus. The Miyoo Mini Plus was originally launched way back at the end of March this year, but with relatively small drops and a lot of demand, it's taken me a long while to be able to pick one up. In the end, I went with the merchant GoGameGeek due to their product listing page being really up to date in terms of stock updates. So if you're less bothered about picking up a particular colour, you can essentially order whatever is available in stock at the time. But if you do have a particular colour in mind, you also get a strong idea as to when they're due in. GoGameGeek have also developed a little accessory bundle of their own creation, which is quite neat. So I've got their must-have accessories bundle here, which includes a small zip case, some front stickers, and a 3D printed grip. We've also one of their cotton carry cases to show the differences between the two. In a quick nutshell summary, the stickers aren't particularly neat, and the cotton case will find a home with one of my other handhelds, but the standouts for me are definitely the zip case and 3D printed grip, which fortunately can be picked up individually, so I'll be covering those after the unboxing. So the Miyoo Mini Plus internally and even visually is almost identical to the original Miyoo Mini, meaning in terms of emulation it will stop at being able to emulate the original PlayStation. The big difference is in the screen size. The original Miyoo Mini had a 2.8 inch screen compared to the Plus's 3.5 inch. This might sound relatively small in terms of difference, but actually has a big difference on the ergonomics and feel of the Miyoo Mini Plus, while also pinning it up against some other big hitters like the Anybinic RG35XX. So, starting with the zip-up carry case, and by the way, fellow YouTuber RetroBreeze has done a dedicated review video particularly on this case. So if you'd like to see more, RetroBreeze is a fantastic channel worth checking out. The Cliff Note version for me is that the case is absolutely fine for storing the Miyoo Mini Plus. It's a near perfect fit for Anbynic's RG35XX2, but once strapped in, the Miyoo Mini Plus won't fly around the case at all. The mesh carry bit is upside down. I don't use these anyway, so it doesn't make any difference to me, but it is one of those things just worth pointing out. What is really cool though is the 3D printed handle grip. It's a simple 3D printed grip with some foam inserts, but I was genuinely surprised just how comfortable it is to use with the Miyoo Mini Plus. It obviously was designed by someone who's actually using the handheld, as it makes everything absolutely comfortable, and is genuinely one of the best grips I've used. I'm not normally a fan of grips, as I think the ergonomics shouldn't have to be fixed after the fact, but I'm glad I tried this one out, as it really does allow for multiple hours of gameplay with zero fatigue. Onto the handheld itself now, and although it might sound a bit silly to say, I find it really surprising just how similar the Miyoo Mini Plus is to the original. It's literally like someone's taken a JPEG of the original and just stretched it out a bit. The plastics feel and look the same, the screen bezels look the same, and the layout very similar too. Despite the near identical appearance though, it's remarkable how different the Plus feels in the hand. I found the original very well balanced, and the Plus in comparison, I'm not quite sure how it's possible given the bigger size, but the Miyoo Mini Plus feels a bit more cramped to me. I think this is due to its slightly bigger size. I hold the Plus differently and find my fingers resting slightly bent on the shoulder buttons, which I find end up cramping my fingers after an hour or so of play without using the grip. I do have a pretty big but relatively thin hand though, so I imagine the standard user would likely not have too much of a problem. Thankfully though, the D-pad and buttons are very close to the original Miyoo Mini, which, if you've ever used one before, will likely be seen as a great thing. The D-pad finds a great middle ground between resistance that gives a very precise movement, even with multi-directionals. Having the D-pad placed a little bit from the edge does give your thumb a bit more movement compared to the original, which is great. And the buttons are as good as ever, with a very good spring motion to them, and softer edges that make button mashing or multi-button pressing very easy on the thumb. The shoulder buttons are easier to press, but equally feel slightly more cramped due to how I have to bend my fingers across them. The biggest drawback for me when compared to the original is losing the ability to play one-handed, as this is what made the original perfect early-gen Pokemon emulator for me. It's a very niche use case, I know, and probably doesn't apply to a lot of retro gamers out there, but still, is genuinely one of the best things for the original for me. The stock firmware for the Miyoo Mini Plus isn't bad at all. The Plus also features inbuilt Wi-Fi this time round, which is neat and certainly worth updating to the OnionOS custom firmware for the Miyoo Mini Plus, which makes the most out of the handheld itself and has been updated to make the most of the inbuilt Wi-Fi too, with things like over-the-air updates, retro achievements and all sorts like that. The stock firmware isn't bad and certainly is suitable for an out-of-the-box experience if you're gifting the Plus or just want a turn-on and play experience. but OnionOS is certainly worth upgrading to make the most out of the Plus. Anyway, I'll cut to some gameplay now and summarise up at the end. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the Miyoo Mini Plus, although I wouldn't say it's worth upgrading to if you have the original, as it's certainly more of a sideward step. It's still a great handheld. The addition of Wi-Fi and OnionOS brings things like retro achievements and cheats that, along with the 3D grip, have actually brought me back quite a few times, and it's great just to be able to play for extended play periods without having to charge the battery each and every time too. When it comes down to it, both the Miyoo Mini Plus and Anbernic's RG35XX make for a great starter handhelds, but overall I'd recommend the Miyoo Mini Plus. That's it for now though, thanks so much for watching.